This is CapCAN Knows, the official podcast of the Capital Area College Access Network. We're excited to engage the community in conversations about college access. I'm your host, Eric Hatchman, and AmeriCorps Vista, starting with CapCAN. Joining me is CapCAN's Executive Director, Michelle Strauss, and our guest, Jonathan Rosewood, CapCAN's new College Access and Engagement Associate. So let's get started. First of all, Jonathan, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me, Eric.
Okay. We begin all our podcasts with a personal story of who encouraged you to continue your education beyond high school, and why was it important to you to do that? Could you tell us some about your experience with that?
Yeah, that's a great question, Eric. Glad to be on the show. Thanks for having me. So let's talk about it. The person that kind of influenced me to go to college was actually my cousin, my big cousin, Rachel. I kind of followed in her footsteps a lot, going to the same high school as her, doing the same summer program at Michigan State University as her. And then I ended up going to Michigan State after her. So it was kind of huge. My parents didn't go to college. They, as soon as they graduated from high school, they went straight into the workforce. And my cousin Rachel was the one, at least that was closest to me, that was like going to college, being involved in different activities. So I really followed in her footsteps, and it paid off.
Yeah, we have a lot of MSU grads here.
Go green.
Yeah.
Go away.
There we go.
Oh, so Jonathan, we are so excited to have you on staff now at CapCAN. We have known you for a long time, and
Yes.
we're hoping to always get you back. So can you talk a little bit about your journey over the past few years, from being a college advisor with us, and how this led to the point in time of you becoming our new College Access and Engagement Associate?
Oh yeah, that's a great question. So let's see, my daughter is 8 years old, and that's kind of when I got introduced to CapCAN, when me and her mother actually moved back to Lansing before she was born. And I got an opportunity to meet Michelle while I was at another job opportunity. We started talking about college access and the importance of it, and how I could be of service. And Michelle was like, "Hey, you really love this stuff. Why don't you come join us, as a part-time person working at different high schools?" So I got to serve as a college advisor at Everett High School. And that was an amazing experience. That was really my first time really being able to get embedded into the school district and working with high schoolers here in Lansing. And that just motivated me to continue to do so, especially when I found out that I was really good at it. And then I was able to be blessed to be able to continue being a college advisor with CapCAN at the Wilson Talent Center, which opened my eyes up because I had never been able to work with students that wanted to go into the skilled trades. So that kind of diversified what type of students that I was able to work with. And it gave me opportunity to learn about different opportunities for our students so that we can open up doors for them. Then I was able to serve with Michelle at Wood Creek Achievement Center, working with students that really didn't do well in the regular school system, and they just needed somewhere else to be able to be more hands-on, be able to work individualized with teachers as well as myself. So that was an amazing experience. And then just being able to go around with Michelle and be able to teach college positive volunteer trainings. That was an amazing experience that I got an opportunity to do, while I did that for 3-4 years. And then I had to transition to LCC just because of the experience that I had with CapCAN. So I think just having that experience as a college advisor, a trainer, a community liaison, I think that was important for my role to be able to go to LCC, help the college students there, learn the process. And now guess what? 4 years later, I'm back here at CapCAN, and we'll be able to go out into the community, talk to people, share my story, listen to other people's stories, and help them get whatever knowledge, wisdom, understanding that they need.
The one thing for our listeners, if you've never heard Jonathan, he's a fabulous storyteller and a great motivational speaker. So we're going to put him to work going out in the community again and try and really encourage people to be college positive mentors as we move forward.
Hey, that's awesome. See, you always need somebody like that. Remember, y'all, somebody that's going to co-sign for you. Thanks, Michelle.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, very fun.
So prior to this, you're working at Lansing Community College. Could you tell us some about your time there and what was your role? What were you most proud of? Stuff like that.
Ooh-wee. Let's see. So at Lansing Community College, I was the diversity project coordinator for 4 years there. An amazing experience. I was able to get my eyes open and be able to relate to everybody, no matter what. I grew up a very sheltered young man, particularly just being stuck in the African American community, whether it was school, church, my football league, track, whatever. That's kind of what we stayed in until I got to the 12th grade. And then my mom and dad, they moved us to another town, which was predominantly white. And I had a very, very bad experience there. That kind of just had me standoffish. And then I was able to go to MSU and get that diversity in my life that I needed, just to realize that everybody was not as mean or racist as I thought. So that kind of opened the door for me for Lansing Community College to step in and just learn about all different type of people and to show people that, hey, I am a nice young man that loves everybody and that's welcoming, and I expect the same thing. So while being a diversity project coordinator, I was blessed to be able to serve particularly men of color at Lansing Community College, running a program called Men About Progress and Brother to Brother. And that really touched my soul, being a first generation college student, young African American male, not really knowing how to maneuver through college, just trying to make it through. I was able to give my story to other students and help them through the college process, help them find the different resources on the college campus, allow them to be able to come into my office and just be able to talk about whatever they needed to talk about, and not be ridiculed or judged. That was one of the major programs that I had. On top of that, I got to continue working with high school youth. I helped start a program called the Summer Impacts Program there. And it was kind of cool because we actually started it during the COVID time. And we started it virtually. So this was the third year that I got to work with that program, the Summer Impact Program, working with high school youth, which was amazing. Just teaching them about diversity, equity, and inclusion, teaching them how to get the resources on a college campus and who to be able to go connect with. So that was huge. And then also just serving as that role, I got to work with so many faculty and staff that I'm really gonna miss. I got to serve on different culture committees. So that gave me opportunity to learn about different cultures and what they do and learn about their stories and how they overcame things, and then how to be able to help their students as well as faculty and staff, maneuver through these systems. We understand that systems were put in place to actually, hold people back. And I was blessed to be able to be put in a position to be able to knock down the walls for people and let them know, listen, it doesn't matter what was set up. We can knock these things down. We can rebuild it. And I'm here to help. So that was kind of my story at LCC. I'm gonna miss them, but I'm happy. I'm so happy. And this is one thing I love about it. Being able to come back to CapCAN allows me to work with so many different institutions and so many different people. That's very helpful to me because now I know I have the people at Lansing Community College, right? They have me. They know I'm here in the community. I know how to be able to help people get there, stay there. That's the main thing. Stay there and graduate. I told somebody yesterday, it's easy to get people into college. The hardest thing is to make sure that they stay there and finish. So being able to have that role, being able to be a touchstone for people, that's what I'm about. I'm a connector. And that's what LCC helped me do. It helped me to grow. It helped me to mature. It helped me to be more vulnerable and more sensitive. And also it helped me to speak out more and not hold back, because everyone is not allowed to sit at a table. And guess what? Now y'all got the big homie Jonathan Rosewood is going to be able to share his voice and not hold back and fight for the people. So I'm excited about that.
This is why I'm so excited to have you back, because your energy and your enthusiasm is just really infectious. So you kind of alluded already to some of the things that you learned when you were at LCC about higher education. Can you talk a little bit more about that? And then what did you specifically learn about the needs of the students in our community? Because I know you've worked in Detroit and you've worked in Lansing, and both communities have some similarities, but they also have some very distinct differences. So talk a little bit about what you learned about the community, higher ed, and students.
Let's go. So within the community, I learned that everyone needs some type of help and some support. Everyone needs somebody to be able to encourage them through the process. And one thing I enjoyed about working at Lansing Community College was I was able to work with students that was 15 years old all the way. I think my highest person was like 70 something years old, right? And just being able to connect and bring people together and actually have them learn about each other and then utilize each other to help succeed. That was one of the biggest things that I gained from that. I realized that yes, we get people into college, but we also have to be able to teach them how to navigate through it. Okay, because once you come to college, it's not like maybe high school or something where everyone is just coming to you and saying, "Hey, did you do this? Did you do that?" Right? You actually have to be able to go get the information for yourself. And I think that was one of the things that I learned the most. No matter how old the students were, they just needed that guidance and someone to be able to say, "Hey, did you know about your success coach? Or have you been and talked to your advisor about what you're trying to do? Or did you even go get a jetpack? A jetpack is a hotspot for internet from the library, right? These things, they're not written in a book or anything. So like if you're a brand new student, you wouldn't just know where to go get these opportunities or how to ask for it. So that's one thing that I really realized, that working with people in the community, hey, look, these are all the different resources that's available to you. Okay. They want you to succeed, but you got to be able to know the resources. So I think that was one thing that I learned the most, is never to assume that people know things and be able to help them out. And because our goal is to make sure that they get there and then they graduate. So making sure that they have all the tools set up to do so. So you said from education, higher learning. I think what I learned the most from higher ed is that we have to do a better job as in making sure that the systems are connecting. What I mean by that is making sure that if we're working with students in K-12, that we are communicating and making sure that our K-12 students, teachers, and everybody are ready and helping the students be ready to come to a college or figure out if they want to go to skilled trades or figure out what type of certificates that they want to get. Because what's the point of going to school wasting money when we can kind of help students start figuring out things before they even get there. So once they get to college, they're ready to go. That's another thing. And then also partly, I would say, since I'm a community type person, I think the connections between community and higher ed, right? Just making sure that people are at the table and understanding, okay, what can we do in the community to help people prepare themselves to get ready for here? That was some of the things that I've learned, and I was really blessed to be able to work in all of those different areas to bring people together so that they can understand that. And then also, one thing I learned about higher education, I love it, that people are willing to learn. Faculty and staff, by me working at LCC in the diversity inclusion, I was able to see different programs for faculty and staff to be able to make sure that their classes and syllabus were equitable, meaning being able to teach towards the people that's actually coming into your classroom, making sure that you might have different literature, videos, music, or whatever to be able to accommodate all different people. So therefore everybody can learn, right? Because who wants to go to a classroom where you're just teaching one certain type of topic and it doesn't relate to me? I'm not going to want to be able to be in, I'm not going to want to be in that class. I'm not going to want to be able to participate. I'm not going to be doing any of that. So being able to make sure that faculty and staff are making sure that they're equitable in their classroom, making sure that they're spending time with students if they need it. I think that's huge. And then last thing, I really got to learn a lot about students with different disabilities, right? And I think that is the key right there, because we have a lot of students that may be coming into school, into college, and they don't know about these type of resources that the colleges have that. So just being able to break that down for different students and let them know, no matter what type of disability or ability you're coming with, there is things on a college campus or in careers that are set up for you to succeed, but helping them being able to navigate that system. Those are the things that I've learned from being a college advisor, working in high schools, to actually going into the college and working with students, and now coming back into the community. I know now what to help people do. And I just hope to bring that to the whole community.
Yeah, you are definitely a great community connector. I was sitting with your daughter the other day and I said, people joke about I know everybody in town. And I said, you know what? Your dad knows everybody else. So between us, we got it all covered,
We're
right?
good. We're good.
Yeah, yeah. The other thing that's important, and this I think feeds into the question that Eric's going to ask you next, is, we really have to be able to translate the system for people, right? We either need to be able to translate the system so that students can navigate that system, or we need to translate for the adults that are working with these students. This is what they need in this system. So that's the exciting part about what we do at the College Access Network, is really help connect people and resources across those systems to make sure that they're available and accessible to our students.
Yeah, most definitely.
Great.
I certainly know that that's valuable because I had a visa the first 2 years I was at MSU. And, I had a lot of problems with insomnia and stuff like that. And I don't think I would have probably made it through, or I may have dropped out of MSU if I didn't have, access to those resources. And honestly, given how hidden away the office to get those are, I'm not sure a lot of students knew where to get those, knew how to get those, or even knew that they were available. So your expertise and your passion will certainly prove valuable. So yeah.
Thank you, Eric. That's huge, man. That's huge. And I appreciate you for being vulnerable and sharing that, because you're right. It's some of those offices are tucked off, right? And that's no good. So we got to be able to help the students, navigate that. Because that is a missed opportunity. And then you can tell that can frustrate a lot of students, right? So say I had some students that needed more time testing. And they like, man, Rosewood, if I just had more time, just to be able to continue to read it, understand it, all I need is maybe 30, 45 minutes more, right? So I was like, listen, hey, did you know about the Office of Disability and helping you out and stuff? No, I didn't know that. Well, come on, I'm gonna walk you right on over there so you can sign up with an Andy George, right? And just say, hey, this is what I need. This is my thing. Here's my paperwork. Boom. So I appreciate you for sharing that, Eric.
Thank you. So what are some of your goals in your new role at CapCAN?
Ooh. So I only been here a week.
But you've already taken us by storm, right?
Hey, it's time to go. So man, mine is really just get out, man, into the community and just spread the love and let people know that they can make it and that they can do it. And whatever they're interested in, let's figure out how to get them there. I think that's my thing is to open up dreams and let them know that it's possible. Like yesterday, I was talking to two students that are seniors right now. I said, man, what's your plan for next year? I don't really know. I don't really know. And I'm like, yo, this year is about to come really fast. As I get older, I feel like the years are turning into days. So I just had to ask them, hey, okay, what do you love to do? Oh, I want to be an electrician. I want to go into fashion. Okay, cool. Do you know the steps to do that? No. Okay, well then that's my job right there. Is to be that connector for them and to be able to connect them with different organizations, different schools, give them the information so that they can make the best decision for themselves. All right. All right. So I've learned I want people that I've served to be better than me. Right. So in order to do that, I have to be able to help them get into positions that's going to give them the knowledge. Two, give them a mentor, somebody that they can actually go talk to. Because I don't know everything. I learned I don't know everything, but I know people.
Mhm.
I know people that can be able to help them. All right. So I already know in the community, this young man want to be an electrician. Okay, cool. I know I'm gonna reach out to the Mikey 23 Foundation. Hey, I got a young man that's interested in this. Can you help him out? Teach him where to go? Okay. I know if he's still want to go into electrician. Hey, Miss Kathy at LCC, I got a student that's interested in this. Can we come take a tour?
Mhm.
So being able to be that connector, be the plug, if I have to code switch so people can understand it, I'm gonna be the plug. I'm gonna be the one that be able to go talk to people. It doesn't matter who you are, thanks to diversity and inclusion for me, be able to talk to who you are, what you want to do, and let's go do it. So I think that's the biggest thing that I'm able to bring to the table for CapCAN, as well as the communities that we serve, is to be able to connect people, get them to where they need to be, and help them realize, listen, college does cost money, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna figure out how to make sure it's the most cost efficient for you, or find a program that suits you. So therefore you can go make your dreams happen.
So you've alluded to this about the guidance that you would give to students. One of the things you and I have been talking about is taking the College 101 program that you helped lead for a while at LCC,
Mhm.
and try and embed that more in the community work that we do. So how do you propose giving guidance to those first generation and very vulnerable students as they navigate their family situations and they navigate the systems at the same time to try and pursue post-secondary education?
That's a great question. I think one, the reason how I got to LCC was me being open and being vulnerable and telling my story. I'm a first generation college student. I'm adopted. I was a teen father, still dealing with issues with that, and being able to succeed and transition through work life, having a work life balance, making sure time management is on point. I just became a football coach for my daughter, right? So just being able to balance everything. And I think that's something that I'm able to help others and be able to adapt to. One thing that I appreciate from working at LCC, like I said, I was able to work with students that were 15 to almost 80 years old. And being able to be that grandson that somebody might need to talk to and be able to have that wisdom to say, hey, fake grandma or whatever, granddad, listen, you can do it. Hey, nephew, niece, auntie, uncle, you can do it. And I think that's what a lot of people need is just somebody that can stand in their corner and say, you can do it. And I'm right here to help you. I'm right here to connect you with the people that I know that are going to be doing the same thing and care about what you want to do. I know we have a lot of people that are transitioning from different careers right now.
Yeah.
I'm transitioning from a different career, and that's a scary thing that is a scary thing to step out on faith and you know, try something new after you've been doing something for so many years, right? You can get stuck. So now to be able to help people get unstuck and realize and help them tap into their full potential and get into the things that they love, that excites me. I had to go get a Red Bull today, and I feel like just to get some energy, but I feel like me working with people is my Red Bull. That gives me the energy. That actually often I find myself after working with people be going and just having to break down a little bit because it gives me an opportunity to it gives me an opportunity to minister, right? I am into the faith heavy, right? And I feel like, no, I'm not a pastor, I'm not none of that, but my ministry is helping people reach their goals and reach their dreams and make their situations for their families better. All right. I realized throughout history, a lot of people have been marginalized. A lot of people have been marginalized. They've been left out. They've been said they cannot do anything. And guess what? You can do whatever you want. My favorite poem is called Invictus. And at the end of it, it says, you're the master of your fate and the captain of your soul. And I take that every day. And then in this other book that I read, it said, you can do all things. So if we have that knowledge already, and I'm able to help others realize you can be the master of your fate and you can do all things, who's going to stop you? So I think by me being able to come here at CapCAN, I bring that dimension that nobody can stop you. You can be great. You can do whatever you need to do. And one thing about family, I love family. That's probably one of my highest things on my value list. Listen, if you're a grandma and a mama, I want you to be graduating with your grandkids. I want your grandkids to be graduating from 8th grade, high school. Mom is graduating from community college. Grandma is graduating from community college. Uncle went and got his certificate because he dope at being a pipe. He dope at plumbing, right? He good. But now let's go get that credentials and let's make this money, right? So that's where I'm at. That's my mindset. And I'm just happy to be able to have that knowledge and wisdom. And also I'm looking to learn more too. It's some things that I preach going back to school and everything. Jonathan got to go back to school. So if I got people in the community that's like, Jonathan, we see you, what's next? Well, that's going to encourage me. So we're going to do this together. This is what a community does, a village.
So I'm here to say it, folks. If you want Jonathan to come speak, you need to give us a holler and ask for him to come talk to your group of students or adults. We're happy to have him come over and chat. So thank you.
So it seems like we're coming to the end of the interview. And I have one last question. We end every interview with #CapCanKnows, where you would say your name and what you know. So I ask you, Jonathan Rosewood, who are you and what do you know?
My name is Jonathan Rosewood, and I know how to make you be the best that you can be. I know how to make sure that you are managing your time for yourself, for your family, for your education, for your community. And I know how to make you feel good. And I think that's important for the time that we're living in and the time that we're going into the future. So that's me in a minute.
That is all the time we have for today. So thank you, Jonathan, for coming on the podcast show with CapCAN.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Michelle.
For more information on CapCAN, please be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Links will be in the video description below, or visit our website at capcan.org. Thank you all for listening to us today, and we will see you again soon. Goodbye.